So there are some collections where the idea is to flip them. So you buy in at a cheap price, and then you hope that someone's going to buy it at a higher price. That can be, I guess, gambling, and everything has a gambling aspect. We aren't recommending people to buy MetaTrees with the hope that they're going to, I guess, flip it. We want people to be able to buy it and get all this value we're bringing them. So we have this real life, utility that people can come to the farm that we're regenerating, can walk the farm, go to courses, be able to, eat the beef that we're going to regeneratively graze, all this stuff that we're able to do with this, I guess, new technology. So the space is growing more towards this utility, real life stuff. There is a lot of stuff out there, which is, you hope to flip. I personally don't own any of that. I don't see the value in it. That's, I think, a bit more like gambling. I'm not going to tell anyone what to do. It's up to you. I just stay away from that. What we're doing at MetaTrees is, I guess, the overall idea is that each MetaTree, so what we just minted, supports and plants a real tree on Meta Farm. So a farm in the Central West New South Wales that we're going to regenerate. This tree will be tracked, and you'll know exactly what tree you're supporting, because we're going to log its coordinates on GPS, pretty much, and you'll be able to see the exact location of that on the farm and the species and all of that information. As well as that, we are regenerating a whole farm. We're sequestering carbon. We're going to use this farm as a case study for farmers across the world to be able to look at this farm and go, wow, here's a model that isn't requiring really high inputs to produce, food. There's something different about this that I'm doing. How about I look into this? So that's our mission. Our mission is to spread regenerative agriculture. And the best way we think we can do this is through NFTs and building this, community, raising capital to achieve this, and providing extra value to holders. So a little bit more on what we call utility. So I guess real life value. We have that tree planting aspect. We have the sequestering carbon. We are looking into moving down carbon credits, and there might be a possibility to give some of those out through another token. We haven't promised that yet, but it's on the whiteboard to do. You're going to be supporting regenerative agriculture, supporting biodiversity. Now, because we know exactly what wallets hold the NFT, we can give voting rights to these wallets. So say we want to give the community the ability to vote on a decision. We can do that pretty much, which is different to what would be allowed in, say, a project where you're raising money through, say, Kickstarter. With Kickstarter, you get a receipt, but you're not really brought into this community. You don't hold a actual asset to say that you supported it. With that, we can make offers exclusive. So when we have our Meta Farmers conference, we will know exactly who can come, because we can look at the wallet addresses and give our offers out that way, as well as future drops and whitelists. So we are thinking of expanding the brand past MetaTrees, and so our MetaTree holders will be the first ones able to come into that. So because it is an asset, you are able to sell it for a higher price. Actually, I saw this meme before. So, what's the point in buying a JPEG if someone can just screenshot it? And this whole idea is why the blockchain is so important. It actually fixes exactly that. It fixes people being able to steal pictures and yes, maybe intellectual property, maybe online. And so the reason and the way this works is that the ownership of a particular NFT is stored on the blockchain and everyone can see it. So that NFT that we just minted, I can go on to Etherscan and see that wallet, that address owns that NFT, and no one else can own that. So yes, you can look at it and be able to look and take a screenshot and say that you own it, but in reality, you don't, because it's not verified on the blockchain. And so when we come to this, extra utility stuff, if we have a plugin on our website that only meta farmers, so people that own the MetaTree, can actually interact with, we can use that to give them access into, I guess, a different part of the website, which may allow them to actually see the trees. And so there's a lot more that we can do with these NFTs than just look at JPEGs. And I guess that's why it's not just about selling. So another question. So for example, if the tree sequesters carbon, does the owner of the NFT get a share in the carbon credits? So this is a really important, I guess, topic that we don't want to fall in the gray area in. I see a problem with NFTs crossing into securities, so shares. And I think in time, there'll be a lot of legal technicalities and stuff that a lot of people get in trouble for. So we're staying clear of that. An NFT, so the holder of the MetaTree NFT, they don't own the tree. They don't own like the bit of ground that the tree's planted in. It is more of a token of support. So just like on Kickstarter, you can support a project. This is a better model to that, pretty much, and that's what we're doing. As a gift to our NFT holders, we would like to give out carbon credits. Now, there's a couple of different ways we can do that. One way is, I think the Region Network, they have a particular token that we can airdrop to our holders, and because we know everyone who owns the thing, we know who we can airdrop to. But we really don't want to get anyone in trouble with crossing over into security. So that is an aspect where we're looking into. But I believe, for $140 Australian, 150, you're going to get so much more value than wanting a carbon credit. You're going to be able to come to the farm. You're going to be able to really have this amazing learning experience on the farm. You're going to be able to walk across the farm and see everything that we've done. You're going to be able to see your tree. And what we have in store, I think, for $150, you're really going to be getting that value. And an amazing thing that with the NFTs do that Kickstarter doesn't is you can sell this support later on. So if you don't want to support the project anymore, you can then sell that to someone else that wants to support. So ideally, we're trying to build value so that the floor price, so the price of the lowest NFT selling increases over time. That's our job as founders and managers. The market will be volatile along the way, but we're more interested in creating value for everyone. When it comes to the actual tokens, we've included a rarity aspect, so a collectability kind of side to it, kind of like sports cards or Pokemon cards kind of thing. So the NFTs are completely random, but there's some kind of rarity attached to them. So you can see here the pink tree, there's only 14.5% of the collection of those. Almost 30% are light green and 0.2% are gold. And so if you really want to support the project, or you're really bullish on the project, you might want to go for a gold one, or try and, buy a gold one on the secondary market, because I guess the idea is you're going to support the project more. We are wanting to build in extra utilities for, gold, silver and bronze, which is exclusive to these rarities. We haven't talked too much on that, but that is definitely on the roadmap to do. There's a couple of other attributes, like I think the one we minted I think it had a snail in it. Yeah, so a snail. So the snail is quite rare. Not many trades have that. So we can build into this. Everyone that has a snail can come to a free barbecue on Meta Farm, kind of thing. So there's a lot we can do. At a project level, we think it's really important that you know exactly who we are. There's a lot of projects out there. You don't know who created it. You don't know who's taking the money. You don't know what they're going to do with that money. We think it's really important that we have attached our personal brands to it. You know exactly who we are. The fact that I'm here talking to you is not many projects do that. So we're really trying to change, I guess, that whole trend for NFTs. Here's some of our team. So Meg is our marketing manager. Jack developed the smart contract, and we had an art team develop the art. A roadmap you'll commonly see on a lot of projects, and that outlines what the project aims to do. A lot of projects don't live up to this. We are, under promising with a plan to over deliver. So we're not revealing everything at the moment, but we really want to be able to deliver so much value, and that value is going to increase the NFT price. And both Ray and I have fairly large allocations to our NFT, so we're heavily incentivized to make the project go well. And we didn't use any of MetaTree funds for that. We have personally chipped in extra to get these NFTs to align our incentives. Think that talks a bit more about the different phases. Some common Q&As, so FAQs that we get. I think that's about it. Ray, do you have anything to add?
No, that's really, really cool. I think the last step I'll just show is how to send money out of MetaMask, so that way we get that money out of the balance. And then we'll talk about Discord, and that's a very common place to understand the community and how to verify your token as a meta farmer. So we're really excited because we're one of the early projects that are actually rolling up our own sleeves and planting the trees ourselves. A lot of other projects will just outsource that to a tree planting project, but we want this to be really open source and regenerative, and cropping a monoculture of trees that's outsourced to another company that's not measuring it and just doing who knows what with the carbon that they sequester is not kind of the mission we want to be part of. So I'll just jump back into sharing the screen again. And so that's the wrong one because you're not going to see.
Oh, sorry, there's a question. Can we design our own trees? So the MetaTrees from the primary, I guess, market, so when you mint them, that's completely random. If you want to pick exactly what tree you want, you'll have to do that on the secondary market, so OpenSeas, which you can offer, so a bid, kind of like a Facebook Marketplace kind of thing. OpenSea is very similar to that. So if you wanted to say number 5 here, you make an offer. That person has to either accept it or they can reject it. But that's the only way you can choose exactly what tree you get.
Yeah, secondary market just means these kind of marketplaces like OpenSea, and OpenSea is just one of many. So the fact that it's on the blockchain, many websites can just suck all that information out and create a website to help you trade it and so forth.